To the window, we are making front bodice block. I am following along Helen Joseph Armstrong book, and I am making pattern in size 10. So without further ado, let's get started. Our first measurement is full length. So it is a full length of a top minus neck, full length including the neck width. So I am using point tool. I'll hold down the shift key. I am going to enter all the measurements manually. So measurement is 17 3/4. So 17 plus 3 by 4 plus 1/8 of an inch for ease. And I am changing the names also as per the book point name. So this is AB. My next measurement is across shoulder. Again I'll start from here. I'll hold down the shift key. My measurement is 7 3/4. So it is 7 plus 3 by 4 minus 1/8 inch. So negative 1 by 8 and okay. So this is my shoulder length. Now this book is asking me to square down 3 inches from this point A1. So I'll click here. I'll hold down the shift key and I'll press. I'll change this line type because it is slightly different. So I'm using the dotted line and I'll click OK. I'll change this name also to C as per book. Okay. Yeah. Our next measurement is center front length. So which is the length from center of our waist till our neck. So I am using point on the line tool. This is my first point. This is my second point. And my length is 14 5/8. So I will click 14 plus 5 by 8 and OK. Again this book is asking me to square out till 4 inches. So I'll again use this line tool. Hold down the shift key and I'll make it 4. I'll change the line type to dot and OK. I'll change this name also to D. Enter. Our next measurement is burst arc, which is from here. This measurement is 10 and OK. So now our next measurement is shoulder slope. So in Helen Joseph Armstrong book we measure it from the center of our waist till this point. So we'll get actual measurement. Sometimes we use standard 1 inch, 1.5 inch, but we are making basic bodice block and we want perfect measurement. So we are following this method. So for that I am using arc tool. Before that I'll change this name again. The point name is E. Okay, so I'll use the arc tool. I'll make an arc, the center of which is this point B. Now it is asking for radius. Radius is 17 3/4, which is shoulder slope line, plus 1/8 of an inch for ease. Radius we can take around 70 to 85. We can change the color to, let's say, deep pink, We can change the line type also. Okay, the length, instead of making it 70, let's make it 45 and enter. Now it is cutting our this thing. We can further increase or reduce it. I think 60 will be good enough, otherwise enter, and here also I'll reduce it to 75, so it will be small. Now we need the intersection point of these two. That will be our this point, shoulder tip point. For that, again I'll go to point tool and I'll select this intersection tool. So first I'll select my line, then I'll select my point from where I have made the arc. Again it is asking for radius, which was 17 plus 3 by 4 plus 1 by 8. Okay, so now I got this point. Again I'll change the name of this point to G. Okay, so next is our depth. For that I need to join the line. I need a line tool. So I got a line here. Now my next line is burst depth. So for that again I will use this point along the line, and my measurement is 9.5. So I'll enter 9, 5. Okay, so now this is point H. Okay, now I need shoulder length, this length. So for that I'll need an arc which will cut here. That's how I'll get my neck width of my neck. So I'll again go on arc tool. This will be my center. My radius will be 5.25. My angles would be, let's say, 150 to 210. Again I'll change the color to dark pink. I'll change the line type to dash dot. Okay, yeah, it is slightly long. I can reduce it to 190 and it will be clean. Yeah, now I need a point here. So again I'll use this tool. Now this is my axis line and this is my center, and my width is 5.25. So I got this point name is I. So this is my shoulder tip point. Again I need to join through a line. So I'll select I and G. Okay. Now we need a burst span, J to 1. For that I need to square down the lines. So I'll start from here. I'll click here. Again I'll change the name to J. I'll click enter. Now my next point is burst span, which is J to K. So I'll start from here. Hold down the shift key and my measurement is 3/7/8 plus 1.4 inches for ease. So 3 plus 7/8 plus 1/4 inches. Okay, this point name is K. Enter. Now D to L is 1/2 of D to J. So I'll take the midpoint of these two. I'll click on OK. I can change the name to L. Yeah. Now L to M is across chest measurement, which is from here. So I'll hold down the shift key. Measurement is 6 3/4 plus 1/4, which is 7. So I'll click on OK. I'll change the name to M. Now next is dart placement. Because this is a bodice block, a big dart will come in the bottom. So I'll take this again to, it is at the 3 1/4. So 3 plus 1/4. Okay. Point name will be F. We have made the front bodice block, figure 1 and figure 2. Today we are going to start with figure 3. For that, first we'll square down the point E. So I'll click on this tool from point and click on this point E, and for horizontal line I can click somewhere here. Okay. So now my next measurement is new strap measurement, which is basically a measurement from neck tip point to our side of the waist, which is 17 3/4 for size 10. So I am going to get this with the arc tool. My center will be my point I. My radius will be 17 plus 3/4 plus 1/8 inch for ease. As it is on this line which is going down, which is 270 degrees, so my angle will be 250 degree first angle, and I will take another angle 290 degrees. So my 270 degree will be in the middle of this. Then again I'll change it to dotted dash dot line, and I'll change the color to dark deep pink like all the arcs, and I'll click OK. So okay, this is not the right angle as it is cutting on the point B and E. I want this to cut here. So okay, but basically it will be between angle 270 to 360. So I'll change the angles. Let me make it around, this will be 360 and this is 270. So it will be, let's say 270 to 340. Let's see what happens. Yeah, now it is cutting. We can make it smaller. So I'll make this 290 and here I'll make it 320. Let's see what happens. See, still it is going way ahead. I can reduce this to 300 so it will be clean. Yeah. Now again I need a point of intersection here. For that I'll go again on the point tool and I'll click on the intersection of arc and line. For that I'll select these 2 points, and for arc I'll select my radius and pop-up will appear where I'll insert my radius, which was 17 plus 3/4 plus 1/8 of an inch, and I'll click OK. and I'll get this point. I'll name this N as per the book. To O will be my side length, which is 838. So I'll take a point from here. I'll hold down the shift key, go straight up, and I'll enter 8 plus 3 by 8. And okay, so this is my new point. My point name will be O. Now I need another point here near N, which will be point P, and its distance will be 1/1/4 inch, which is a standard measurement. So I'll go on point, I'll click here, I'll hold down the shift key. It is 1/1/4. So we can say 1 plus 1/4. And okay, I'll name this point P. Enter. Now we need to join a line from P O to P. This is my figure 3 is completed. Now we'll move on to figure 4. Joining two points P and F. So I'll start from here. I'm using line tool. I'll click on point F. This will be my line. Now I want a point Q on this line, which will be equal to my waist arc. My waist arc front is 7 for this size. So what I need to do, 7 plus 1/4 of an inch for ease minus the distance of B to F. So I'll do that. I'll take a point on line tool. I'll click here. This will be my first point. This will be my second point. And my length will be 7 plus 1/4 minus, what is my length is B to F is 3/1/4. So I'll do 3.25 and I'll click OK. So this is my point Q. I'll name this point Q. Here in the utilities section you will get calculator. Here also you can calculate. It is simple like calculator, simple calculator like 5. Let me do the simple thing, 5 into 6, and it will give you the answer. So it is very simple to use. Whenever you need a complex measurement, you can use this calculator. Yeah, this is point Q. Now I need to mark darts. So our dart will start from point K. So my first line will be, I'll use the line tool here, K to F. This will be my first line. My next line will be, for that I'll use the point tool, and I'll tell you why I am using the point tool. because if I use the line tool I need 2 points, but here I want to make a new point along this point Q. So I'll use the point tool. I'll click here, I'll go down here, I'll click here, so I'll get the exact angle, and for measurement I'll use the formula and I'll use line length. Which line length I want? K to F. So I'll scroll down and search for line K to F. I'll delete this measurement manually and I'll click OK. Okay, so I got this new point which is slightly away from Q. I'll name this point R. So this is my new point. Okay, now I want to draw an actual dart which will be somewhere here. Our dart will never start from our burst apex point. It starts slightly below that point. So for that, first I'll use this midpoint tool and I'll select point P and Q and take midpoint of it. So I'll get a point here. I'll join a line from this point to our point K, and then I'll go down on this line at the 5/8 of an inch. So I'll just simply press 5/8 and OK. This will be my point K dash, which is the actual dart point. And now I'll make my darts using the line tool from point K dash. So I'll simply use the line tool and join these darts. These are my actual dart point, and I'll join the point R. I'll with my armhole curve and neckline curve. For that, first I'll make my armhole, for which I'll use 4-point curve. So my armhole will start from this point G. So I'll start from here G. My second and third point will be point M, which is my chest line, and my curve will end at point O. In 4-point tool, we can click on any point 2 times and we can get our actual curve. So this is our front armhole. For neckline, what I'll do, again I can use 4-point curve. So I'll click here, I'll click here 2 times, and I'll click here once, and this is my front neck. So we have finished making front bodice block.